All
All
right.
right.
Good evening. How are
All
y'all
right. All right.
doing?
Doing good.
Good. Good to see y'all again. And I know this is our last session. How do y'all feel about that? Our third and last session. I feel like it's bittersweet. How about you guys?
Yeah. It's well, we built a relationship.
I know we
Right.
have. So this is our third session, which is our final session. So this is what they call a termination
Okay.
session, where we will be able to recap and just go over some things, just about how you guys have come since you started counseling. I know you guys we did redid the assessment, so we're gonna go over that, and also I'm gonna bring to you guys the Joshua Memorial. Have you guys heard about what the Joshua Memorial is?
No,
No.
no, have not.
So what the Joshua Memorial is it will allow you all to put a memorial together that will display or show, you guys yourselves, where you are, where you started, and where you are now. So you're able to. Some people create like poems. Some people write songs. Some people put scriptures together. Some people have pictures to memorialize their relationship. So that's what the Joshua Memorial is. And I know that I briefly spoke with you guys about that, and I believe that you may have certain things that you brought with you today. So we're definitely going to cover that. However, I want to start with your assessment. Before I start with the assessment, is there anything that you all would like to say, Mr. and Miss Jackson, just about how overall you're feeling about how things have gone so far?
Well, I think it's going well, and thankful for the opportunity.
Yes. What about you, Mr. Jackson?
Oh yeah. Well, same as my wife. I know it has gone well. There's been some positive things that we've gained
Mm-hmm.
from it. As far as how we interact
Mm-hmm.
with each other and with the family.
Right,
So
right.
so
That's
it's
good.
so yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good. That's good.
it's been good.
Yes, you guys are my 44 years. Will not
Yeah.
forget that. Y'all are my
Yeah.
44 years. So it's
Mhm.
definitely good to see you all. And like I said before, have the opportunity to, be here with you guys and provide, my advice. And for you guys to, even after all this time, still fight for love, marriage, relationship, the union, the sacred part of it. Because to be honest, nowadays you really don't see that a lot. So you guys are definitely a great example of what that is, especially for me. So I thank y'all for that. So just going over the assessment, I know you guys remember we did this the first time. So the assessment is where you guys, it was a personal trait in your relationship assessment where you guys had to pick at least 3 to 5 of your top strengths of yourself and also your spouse. So you guys were able to do that again. And for the ones that I remember, just basing it off what you did the first time, and something that stuck out to me today was this one. It says controlling emotions or desires when needed. So I see, you both have that check. So just go more into detail. It says controlling emotions or desires when needed. Who would like to go first in explaining why you all select that for your strength and also for your spouse's strength for each other?
Well, I know from my husband, he just, has really good control over that. He can handle those, I guess, stressful moments, and he just has impeccable control over himself, self discipline, and that's a strength that I give him high esteem for. He's yeah.
All right, well, that's good. How do you feel about hearing Miss Jackson say that about
That's
you,
so
Mr.
nice,
Jackson?
Miss Jackson. That is very nice of you. But per during our sessions, it just helped open your mind with some things. Even though as my wife was saying, how I may handle things, that still don't mean it's not bothering me.
Right.
Right.
That in my mind,
Mhm.
there's all kinds of things going on.
Right.
You know, it's just that I just don't want to exhibit it on
Outward.
the outside. So
Mhm.
but now since the interventions with us and all that, you know you become better at not allowing you know feelings and emotions to even get to a point in your mind, that you don't dwell on.
Right.
I get rid of it
Right.
a lot faster now in
Right.
myself.
Right. And just with you guys saying that, how do you feel over the years that has helped you all with controlling your emotions, and how you respond to each other, even and maybe when you disagree? How do you feel that's important that you, after all these years, that has sustained you all? How important has that been for you all?
Well, and I think in the younger years of marriage, I had, I think I was more able to, handle handle things a lot differently, and I didn't react to, well, let's see, let me not say, I didn't react, reaction was definitely under control in the early years, and so now, I don't do it quite the same way as then, you know.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, what about for you?
Oh well, as years and you go through the years, you learn how to try to learn when to be silent, learn when okay, that's enough talking about it, and not I'm not talking about that's enough my wife talking. It's enough of my talking, trying to maybe explain my point of view.
Right.
I say, okay, Gary, it's time to shut it down and not go no further, because the further you go is gonna escalate and then now you somewhere where you never wanted to be.
Right.
You learn that. I've learned that.
Well, that's good. That even after all these years, and I know I keep saying that, but again, y'all have been together for 44 years. Even after all these years, you guys have still found what works for you and how to be able to manage to ensure that it's for the betterment of your relationship and for each other, which I believe is the key to keeping strong relationships. Being able to know when to stop talking, knowing when your emotions are getting away, maybe knowing when you need to maybe revisit the conversation later. Once you guys have calmed down.
Revisiting doesn't work
Oh, right. Yes,
out.
sometimes.
Let it go.
Right. Or just know, like, my parents would tell me what battles to fight.
Pick your battles.
You gotta pick your battles.
That's
You have to
right.
pick your battles. Pick
That
your
is
battles. Yes.
That's
And
true.
so, in knowing that, knowing that, you guys have definitely have found a common ground, in doing that, and you guys see that it's a strength in each other at this time. So that is a beautiful thing and a blessing in itself. So we're gonna transition now to what I was sharing with you guys about the Joshua Memorial. Can you share with me what you all brought with you to be able to memorialize this time of you guys being in your couple therapy session, and how are you going to use that to keep strengthening you guys moving forward? What all do you have for to show me today? Who wants to go ahead, Miss Jackson?
I have a picture.
Oh,
Of us.
yes.
And it's not a new picture, but it's a picture of us, we were younger and really, you know, settling in to, realize and decide for sure if we were gonna try to, stick this thing out, And so, and I brought some some scriptures.
Mhm.
Mm,
You want to show your pictures first, and then we move into the scriptures? How you guys want to do that?
that's fine.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Well, show your pictures, Mr.
well,
Jackson.
and I want to apologize as a
Mhm.
senior moment in
Okay.
mine. When you said about the Joshua Memorial,
Memorial.
I do recall you because that's why I have the items that I have. So I do want.
Oh no, you're okay.
Hey,
No, you're okay.
things will change.
Right. It's just wisdom.
Okay.
No, it's just wisdom. Yeah, it's all
Okay.
wise.
Yeah, I do have a couple of things that
I love this box, Mr.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah.
You came
I
prepared.
did.
Yes,
Yeah,
the treasure
you know,
chest.
I think about the first,
Mhm.
the first, and
Aw,
it's
look
high
at you
school, and
all.
yeah. When we were high school, when like I said,
Come on,
we
Miss
met each
Jackson,
other
with this
in.
fro. Yeah, both of y'all had your fro work.
I had Miss Angela Davis. With me.
Yes. Oh, Angela.
Yeah, but even from high school, even I know we met each other in middle school.
Mhm.
So that was a first.
You was chasing me in kindergarten.
Yeah, our first cruise.
Aw,
That's
yes.
that's just.
And y'all coordinated. Y'all
Something.
have to coordinate.
Yeah, that is true. Huh? Okay, the
We
G.
did that.
Yes.
But not last but not least, but even to go back before then is signing the marriage certificate.
Aww.
Yeah. How special that was for us.
Yes, beautiful.
And we were signing the marriage certificate.
Aww.
So
44
yeah,
years ago.
44 years ago. Yeah. So yeah.
44 years ago.
So
Almost 45? Okay. We will
all
make
these
45.
Yeah, so all these just brings joy and
Yes.
yeah.
Bring joy when it first started,
Mhm.
and also, I guess, help strengthen you for you to continue to keep pushing on. That is so beautiful. That is beautiful. I love the pictures. And so, what made y'all these pictures? What stood out? I'm sure you have hundreds of pictures.
Mhm.
What stood out for you guys to pick these particular pictures?
I think for me, the togetherness
Mm-hmm.
that it showed, and I guess I should have maybe brought some other pictures, but yeah, just to show our togetherness. Cause I know we have things reminding us of our 25th wedding anniversary, and the 35th, and now we coming up to the 45th, and so we'll have to, you know, commemorate something special for that as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
And and the one thing I don't want to leave out that's been the most beneficial for us is prayer.
Okay.
And so.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. But yes, Mr. Jackson, do you want to say anything about your pictures? Why you chose them before we get to the next step?
Well, that's
The
just
next thing that you brought.
that's just a few out of
Okay.
many that I could have brought.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just it's just to let me know that even from childhood that she's my queen. And a lot of these are first.
Right.
I forgot to show this one that I brought.
Yes.
This is a first. This, even though it's our 35th wedding anniversary, but it's our first because this is when we actually had a traditional wedding. As you saw, we were in the courthouse, and when we first got married, years ago. But this was the first official wedding. So
look how long it took us to do it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, right.
That's okay.
So a lot of these pieces are just my first. It's the first, and it just floods back memories.
Right. Absolutely. But even with that being, I know Ms. Jackson was saying how long it took. That's commendable. A lot of people spend hundreds, thousands of dollars on weddings. They don't last really that long.
Right.
However, y'all went to the courthouse first. Right, y'all went to the courthouse first. Y'all had like a little sacred ceremony.
Yeah.
And y'all
Right.
last. And
But
y'all were able to
now,
do that.
I did splurge because I married her at night.
Right.
It costs more to marry at night than during the daytime.
Right.
I just went all
With
out.
no premium prices.
Yeah, I just went all out.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna marry you at money. But yeah. So it just brings back a lot of
Right. That is beautiful. That is
comedy throughout.
Right. Yes.
And he proposed without a ring. And me, I said yes. After I had to think about it.
Right.
Some deep thought.
Well, Miss Jackson, if I could just observe and look at what's on your head now, I see that he's definitely made up for that. Yes, he is. Yes. So I want to circle back to you, Miss Jackson. I know you said about the prayer. You were showing me the jar. So let's start. Let's go. Let's transition there as well. So I know y'all have the pictures, and then y'all also brought scriptures that you guys have possibly used individually and collectively in for your marriage and strengthening your marriage, and something that you're remembering about what you can lean and depend on, your foundation, your structure, on how you want to be able to I guess model your marriage after, because you both are Christian, you both have that spiritual foundation. So just share with me a few of the scriptures that you have that you would like to talk about.
And I just want to go back, just step back just a few minutes. With our marriage and everything, and bringing our children. It's just been phenomenal to me. And I just because my children mean so much to me, and so I dare not leave them out of this 40 almost 45 years. And so I just wanted to go back and say that.
Yes.
And the picture I have of my children are in my phone right now. But I just want to not leave out my precious babies.
Of course. I'm sure that they will definitely love and appreciate hearing how you guys have included them also in your journey as well. So they definitely are a part of this.
Big part. Yeah, they were a big part. Yeah.
They definitely are a part of this.
Could be rich.
Right. Yes. Okay. Who wants to start first with sharing the scripture, Miss Jackson or Mr. Jackson?
I don't know which one I'm picking first. This was my first one. And actually, when we were married, my husband had a Bible that he had gotten from his mother. And so I fell in love with this scripture, and it taught me early, of where to look for it. And it's just part of a scripture that I have. It says, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord. And that's Psalms 21. So.
And I remember you quoted that one the first day, our first session. So that's amazing that out of your box, that's the first one you picked up.
Yes.
Because I remember that was the first one that you said. Yes, ma'am.
And that was this, it's like the strength to you, where you start going through things, and you have to remember, who helps you through, I believe, through the difficulties in life, that things that you need, when you need a little strength, then you remember where you come from.
Right. Doesn't come from within. It comes from the Lord.
That's right.
Yep, yep, yep.
You all right, Sister Jackson?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, you want me to get some tissue?
I'll use my
Okay. Yes, sir. I'm so sorry. I have
That's
any
okay.
tissue.
No.
Yes, but that was
Tears
beautiful.
of sorrow.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
Yes,
I need a
sir.
lot of strength. Needless to tell you.
Yeah.
I had to know where to look.
Yes. So yes, sir, Mr. Jackson. What scripture? Your first scripture.
Well, let's see. Well, first, I put some here. Let's see. Well, I'll just take one of them.
Okay.
Um, and I'll just take this one. It's First Peter 4:8. It says, above all, love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of faults.
Yes.
And this NIV says sins.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and the meaning of it is that in a marriage,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it emphasizes that the power of true love. And we've learned through our life that's one of God's greatest blessings is to love.
Right.
Yeah, and we want to, as long as God allows us to be together, we want to be married for however long.
Right.
That is.
Right.
And you know, and it's all because of love.
Right.
You know,
Right.
yeah.
And the thing that comes to mind, Mr. Jackson, when you talk about love, is the Bible where Jesus, no greater love than for a man to lay his life down for a friend. Right. So that was the ultimate way that Christ showed his love for us was by God sacrificing his son for us.
Mm-hmm.
So in that and just you sharing, about love, love is where we have to get our strength from. Even in times of difficulty, and even when sometimes people get on your nerves, or you may get on each other's nerves. You have to remember, okay, even in this moment, love does conquer all. And like I know I shared with you guys in the beginning, I believe it's in First Corinthians, where it talks about love being patient, kind. Right. Love doesn't keep a record of wrong. All of that. That is different things that you guys, I want to, want you guys to continue to remember, even in, after all these years, and even in the difficult and the challenging times, and even with this opportunity that you guys have afforded yourself and me to be able to be here with you, is just to remember, even after this is our last session, for you guys to continue to hold on to what is the glue to y'all's relationship. And I believe as long as you keep Christ, you keep God at the center of your relationship, and always revert back to your Joshua memorial box for your scriptures, for your pictures in the beginning when it first started, your number ones, all your first, remembering, like you said, with that picture, when you see that picture, that was like the birth of the start of you guys settling into what you had. And also with your children, remembering that, continuing to be that example that you are for your children, for the people, for whoever that, whoever comes in contact with you guys. Just remember these moments even after we finish, our last session, and you guys continue to move forward in your marriage, with your marriage, pushing towards the mark. Yes, pressing towards the mark. Yes, pressing towards the mark. Just remember that. That's why I wanted to do, this particular intervention with you all today, so you all can be able to remember these things. Think on these things. Think on these things in those times. Think on these things in those times. Miss Jackson, you have one more you want to share?
I do.
Okay. Oh no, we can. So y'all can share another one, or we're gonna I'm coming to our close.
And this, yeah, sorry.
No,
This
you're
one
okay.
is that uh, that I'm fond of. I may interpret it differently from someone else, but this was the kind of person that I want to be for my husband and for my children. This is price of a virtuous woman. Her children arise and call her blessed, and her husband also praises her. That's, I wanted to set a good example for my children. I wanted to be a loving and kind mother and loving and kind wife that, you know, my family saw me as a blessing, and not some evil troll, and as a mother who didn't care, or even a wife that didn't care, and I carried myself in a way that I didn't. I hope I didn't bring shame, to my husband or to my children. So, yeah.
No shame. You've done well.
Thank you.
Yes. Mr. Jackson, you have one more that you would like to share, the scripture?
Well, I could.
Yes, sir.
I definitely could. Uh, okay, I'll go to the Old Testament with this one. Ecclesiastes 4 and 9. It says, two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them fall down, one can help the other up. And that just lets me know in life, as I look over our lives, as there's times I just put on me, I've fallen down and seem like, and there's times that in life dealing with children and family and all that stuff, there's a fall down it's just good to have someone who supports you in good times as well as bad times.
Right.
And I think that's what I have with my wife here. That when life seems to sometimes punch us and beat us up, she's right there with me as I have to make decisions and do things that I think is best, that she might not even agree with. That's best, but I think it's best. She still supports me, and I think through it all, you look at it that it's just a blessing. It's a sacred gift, that God gives us both as we support one another.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Oh, well, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful, and I love the scripture that you chose. And just to end the session, I want to end it with you all talking. I'm not gonna talk, but I want you guys to share with each other moving forward. With this being our last session, I want you guys to, like I said, share with each other how you feel these sessions have been helpful for you, what you've learned, and what you would like to accomplish after this, like moving forward. What do you would like to accomplish, or where do you feel like you are now? After all of our sessions, and share that with each other.
Well, I would hope that we would learn to listen to one another, not just hear, but to listen, and of course, always to speak loving and kind to one another, but to make sure that we listen, and you know, and that we just keep applying what, we know works, the glue, and not the Elmers. We want the Gorilla Glue.
A gorilla, yes.
And, so, and that is God. That's it's it's all God. And so, one of my scriptures I think I picked out, I didn't read, but it stated that if it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, or my side, or his side, you know, where would we have been? And so I'm thankful, for the 44 years. I hope that we make 45. I'm thankful for how he has been, the man, and worked real hard, to keep our family together. Providing, and God opening so many doors for us for our marriage, and I just hope that we continue to stay, in God's blessing path, So I hope that answers your
Yes,
question.
ma'am, it did. Okay, Mr. Jackson.
Whoa. Okay. As I was thinking about the question and trying not to get too secular with it, because there's a group that I always like called Heat Wave, and they had a song that for years I said it was our theme song, and it was always and forever. And that's how I have decided long ago, and that's what I choose to live by. As I said before, I do believe that God actually put us together.
Yes,
I mean,
and we believe that.
I believe He actually put us together, and I know that it's gonna be always and forever. Uh, that's you know that's just it.
Yeah. Well, that song needs to be something that you also put in your Joshua Memorial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
believe me, it's
Always
there.
Yeah.
I have a picture that I found in my shopping. It has it on there always and forever.
Right. Well, again, I just want to say it's been truly a pleasure and a blessing to be able to have this opportunity to be the, I guess, the mediator or the counselor, the counsel. Because I know you guys again would like to seek wise counsel, in regards to how to move forward. But I do believe that you all definitely already have all the tools that you need to be able to continue to move forward as strong and as long as you have. I'm always available. I'm always here. Even though this is our official last session, just know that I'm only a phone call away. If you ever need to talk to me or ever need me to come see you all, or you guys to come back here, but I just wanna let you know that I'm so proud of you over these couple of weeks. And I'm definitely praying God's continuous blessing over your relationship, over
Thank
your
you.
family, over your marriage, over your union. And I want to rebuke any tricks of Satan that may come into your mind that, trying to deter you from what God has put together. Because the scripture does say what God has put together, no man can separate or pull asunder. So we definitely believe that. And we will walk. I want you guys to continue to walk. You walk in faith, on faith, in knowing that. So again, it definitely has been a pleasure being here for you guys as your counselor. Do you guys have anything else that you would like to say? Because I don't want to hold you long.
It's been a pleasure. And we hope that maybe even something we've said helps you.
Absolutely. It has. You guys have definitely been a blessing for me. So I think we've helped each other at the same time. We've helped each other at the same time. But yes,
Well,
Mr. Jackson,
thank you again for
thank
being there.
you. Yes.